everybody, it's Joanna. Hi. We're going to do a really quick video on every night. If you choose, you can create a beautiful self-love and self-healing mantra and take 5 to 10 minutes just before you fall asleep to reconnect the Merkaba, the soul of all that you are, calling all of your soul forward to connect with you on multidimensional levels, especially as we're going through these really big portals and gates, and really increasing the amplification and enhancement of your connection as spirit, your higher self, your soul, with your Merkaba, with the innate of who you are. Your innate is that kind of bridge between the multidimensional bodies. It's kind of like the motherboard. I've called it as the motherboard, the mother, the mother that nourishes you and heals you and gives you everything that your physical, mental, emotional, and etheric body needs, your spiritual body needs. And you can reinvigorate and renew and rewrite your intentions for your body and your health and wellness. And we all know that everything that the world is going through, it's really important, that daily self-care, to clear and cleanse all of your bodies and your fields on a regular basis, so that you're maintaining the highest vibration for you, the balanced and the centeredness of who you are, the core vibration of who you are, regardless of what's going on around you, allowing yourself to be in the highest vibration of love and healing and health for yourself. Just taking 30 minutes at the beginning of the day, 30 minutes at the end of the day, and then 5 to 10 minutes at nighttime, just reconnecting with the health of who you are through the multidimensional systems, through your purity of intention, through your heart is the first connection. The affirmations and the visualizations through your intentions to connect with the Merkaba, the spiritual energy vessel of who you are is the Merkaba. The innate is the motherboard, the smart body that connects the multidimensional bodies to the physical, your higher self and your soul. So that is the multidimensional systems of communication, your intentions, your affirmations, continually processing your knowingness, who you are as spirit, who you are as love, and telling yourself new stories. The stories of our mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health and our wellness has everything to do with everything. The lifetime span that we come with, beliefs and patterns and habits that we come with about our bodies, how we hold on to emotional pain, directly related to much of our ailing health across all countries and all worlds, because the emotional body is where we hold most of our wounding. And if the emotional body is not healed, and if the emotional body is not cleared, and if we're not doing that daily connection of the inner self, the inner child and the shadow, then that emotional body becomes imbalanced and then therefore affects the health in every way, whether it's overeating, whether it's addictions, whether it's thyroid, any illness and disease connected with the emotional body imbalances, and why all of our studies from here on out will be absolutely understanding the multidimensional body and the health and wellness of our bodies. So as you can create for yourself the intention of how do I really want to feel about myself? How young and youthful do I want to feel? What is my lifespan on this planet? How can I choose new stories? Because you're carrying the vibrational stories of most often than not what you've been told, especially with hereditary diseases, passed down genetic diseases. They're all symptomologies of stories that you've been taught or told that you've just kind of taken on. And you don't have to take those stories on, especially when they're health and wellness. You can choose to create a new experience. And you can do that through a myriad of ways of visualizations for those that really want to connect with me on that. The links will be below if you want to reach out for an email, and we can create visualizations and mantras and hydromancy ceremonies where you can rewrite and just clear the slate of what you thought you were created under, the symptomologies of health and wellness, the symptomologies of your health and wellness, of the potentiation of who you are as a divine being of light that is absolutely manifesting a physical experience. And that's where it begins first. You are a physical body that is manifested by the health and wellness understanding of the higher self. And most have that backwards. Most are simply living from the health and wellness from what the stories have been passed down, or what they see in our socioeconomic systems, which is absolutely not true. Those are stories and projections of the vibrational worlds that we've come from. That's not truly who we are. Who are we? What do we exist within, and what exists within us absolutely can dictate and can allow us the highest vibration potentiality of who we are as spirit, creating the physical experience. And that's exactly true. We are spirit Christic energies. Our Merkaba is the spiritual experience of who we are, allowing us to travel in and out of dimensions, in and out of experiences through the understanding and the harmonization of our higher self and our soul. And in those intentions, through the purity of your heart, through the purity of who you are as spirit, directing your health and your wellness in every way. And it's through your understanding that you're connecting the innate, the smart body, the motherboard, to your physical body. And that's the multidimensionality of the infinite that has potentiality to heal any and all aspects of your physical body. Because your physical body is just like your, it's like your house, if you will. It's like your house that you live in. Really, I did a lot of exercising today, so I hear a little crazy. The motherboard is like your physical body is like your house, your car, just like your car. It needs maintenance, it needs upgrade, but you're the one that actually has to do it. So that motherboard is that experience of infinite potentiality to the multidimensional experiences that you are, and the codes and the experiences that also exist within the Merkaba, which is your infinite life source, light source, soul essence source to all that is. And that comes with codes and programs and updated codes whenever you need it through your higher self and your soul. So if you start working as your higher self and your soul in the connection of these higher multidimensional threadings of your connectedness to your infinite potentiality through health, wellness, intelligence, whatever it is you are seeking as spirit, to the evolutionary exploration of who you are, because it's all about your desire to explore who you are, the excitement to express who you are, the excitement to experience and explore who you are as health and wellness and abundance of health and wellness. Anything that you want to experience is the health and wellness of who you are. There's multidimensional portals and gateways for you to do so. And that is just the understanding of who you are as a multidimensional spirit creating matter. And that is the body in and of itself. The body and the vessel is your home. And it's to be honored in very sacred ways. And why our understanding is this, as we begin to awaken as a collective, we'll also see one another as sacred. And therefore, understanding those core experiences as consciousness. Consciousness has everything to do with everything that is out of balance on our planet, because we've not seen one another as sacred. We've not seen ourselves as sacred. So we then tend to go into illness through the separation, through the fear and the greed, and putting our understanding of who we are outside of us, and looking outside of us for validation, looking outside of us for definition and importance and value. But when we return back within, we return the higher consciousness understanding of who we are, the value of who we are, the worthiness of who we are, the health and wellness of who we are. We create all of those self-directed honorings within ourselves, and then we project that as the energy vibration and the core vibration and resonance of who we are. This is in and of itself the reprogramming of all the cells and the programs and the systems of who we are as a physical being. Because our physical body, just as if it's a beautiful home that has many, many different facets, of course, far beyond that, because our body is the essence of God, it's the essence of source, the center of every molecule is the universe. So it's far beyond the intelligence that we even have understanding of at this point, but we're getting to the grand awakening, the opening the door to say, wow, we are multidimensional beings, and we have the ultimate capacity to go far beyond what we ever thought. But that capacity at the multidimensional level is a multidimensional experience. So it can't be tied into one experience of a thought program or a physical program or a spiritual program. It has many different threads and facets, and that's why it's needed with the motherboard, the innate, because the innate connects it with the multidimensional perspectives. But it's through your intention, through your will, if you're wanting to be healthy, through the will and the purity of wanting that excitement and that joy to be healthy, to be youthful, to know yourself as younger, to know yourself as you're in control of your body, clearing out, say, genetic or hereditary diseases that don't necessarily have to do anything with your new story. So taking the time in the beginning and the end of the day to harmonize your intentions, to harmonize your beliefs, to harmonize the purity of the joy. Remember, we talked about the story of God being the joy of manifestation. What is your joy factor to be healthy? What is your joy factor to feel yourself as well and nourished and vibrant and youthful? What is the joy factor of you to feel your body becoming more strengthened in its youthfulness? The essence that we need to survive is very, very simple, and it's based on the elements of the planet, what we need from the planet, and why the planet is so multidimensionally available to us for our health and wellness. And that will be explored in many great dynamics, many dynamic paradigms and avenues for the multidimensional healings for many, many diseases through sacred sound and tone and color and different modalities. We've got some really great ideas about that. For those investors that would like to connect on some multidimensional healing modalities. But there's so much to explore and to understand who we are as multidimensional beings, and then activating that part of the smart body, the motherboard, if you will, to the human body, because the human body has been so asleep, because it's only been doing and programming and regenerating through the programs and through the stories and through the belief patterns and through the habituations that we've taught it and that's been shown. You're taking on hereditary stories from your parents, and you don't necessarily have to. You can just surrender those to spirit and start off clean slate for yourself to say, this is what I really want to experience for my body. Spirit, my soul, the higher self, and all that I am is the Merkaba. I'm harmonizing all that I am as a multidimensional being and a spirit, and I'm going to start clearing and cleansing my bodies and my fields and my memory, the cellular memory, and I'm going to start creating new programs. I'm going to start creating new intentions, new affirmations, because this is how I want my body to resonate with the light, that I see myself walking through these portals of greater light. And there's an infinite number of visualizations that you can do that are really, really exciting because we use color and sound, and we can use the visualization process, which many of you might not think you're good at visualizing, but when you're calling in your higher self and your soul and calling up all that you are as all those soul aspects that you are, you're calling on the intelligence, the wisdoms, and the gifts of your soul. You're not just one person in the body. You're calling up your entire soul to assist you in these new healing capabilities that you have for becoming multidimensional. You're always multidimensional, but it's about your knowingness. Do you know that you're multidimensional? How are you using your multidimensionality for your health and your wellness? How can you use it in the strengthening of your immune system? How are you using it in the strengthening of your intelligence to call in those higher vibrational healing modalities for you, what you need for your body? And to also rewrite the codes and the story, like your vibrational story. What is it that you want to experience for your body? It's your unique free will with spirit. Everyone has free will to their own health and wellness, to their own experiential unfolding with spirit. And how is it that you want your experience to unfold with regards to health and wellness? And it requires that you really get authentic and genuine, because then that activates that purity of intent. You know, do you want to do it just to look good? That's a facet of it, yes. But it's because I really want to feel like I'm connecting with spirit at a multidimensional level. And I can feel my cells working with me. I can feel my communication with all of my organs. And I can feel myself really feel vibrant in my oneness. When you've been turned off for so long, one of the best experiences that you'll ever have, and we wrote about it in all of our books, was that you'll just be brought to your knees by the overwhelming love that spirit feels for you. And you'll feel spirit embodied with so much love and gentleness and unconditional care. And when you understand the multidimensionality, it means far more than you can understand or you can think. But you can begin to entrain yourself into always going beyond every night, just spending 5 minutes connecting with the motherboard, the innate smart body, and then calling in your multidimensional systems and really start tuning into and start harmonizing and integrating the physical body with the multidimensional bodies. The physical body knows that it is multidimensional, but you have not entrained it to a higher capacity of entrainment on what you wanted to experience now. And so it must begin with the experience of sacred joy, the spiral of now, the sacred joy of who I am now, the sacred joy of who I choose to become, the sacred joy of who I choose to create myself as and experience myself as. And I want to feel the cells be vibrant within me. I want to feel these new vibrational thought forms of health and wellness. I want to feel my body younger than it was the day before, because I get to walk quicker. I get to catch up with my kids. I get to play more with my kids. I get to be vibrant, and I know that my immune system is really, really healthy and well, so that I'm not going to catch any illness or diseases. And I get to show others that they can too. So that is the joy that just keeps feeding the joy, that portal of joy, that portal of joy, that portal of joy that is these new portals of co-creation and exploration that is multidimensional. We say multidimensional in a way that we don't have words to understand. And we've often talked about this as the Christ consciousness, and all that our subtle fields are turning on, the celestial fields that are turning on, the galactic fields. Galactical and celestial are similar. They're multidimensional bodies, the emotional body, and all of those that have come as empaths, crystal children, hybrid children, rainbow children, and all the different gifts that you come with. You'll begin to feel your connection with the all, the multidimensionality of our existence. Who are we? What do we exist with, and what exists with us? All of these gifts, skills, and talents will be turned on in different ways. As you're clearing out the density, you get to awaken those new aspects of your multidimensionality, which is, again, threaded here in and linked with your health and your wellness if you so choose, but most are simply just doing enough to get by because everyone is still going through their clearing process and clearing their 51% of karma, that they're trying to understand these new ideologies of spirit health and spirit wellness and spirit balance. And so everyone's just kind of playing catch up right now. But this understanding of multidimensionality is that, and this will be hard for many to wrap their minds around, but this is about being omnipresent, being the joy of God, being the joy of God, being the joy of God, and how you manifest in that portal of joy. Your energy of all that you are, the essence, the energy, the frequency, your Merkaba, everything that is multidimensionality is within the omnipresent. It is the all speaking with the all, the God speaking with the God, the center of every molecule, micro, macro within the all. So every time that you create those beautiful affirmations, you're affirming it to the all, then affirming it back to you. And that's why, again, it's really important to also understand it also works equally in the way of what you receive if it's also negative. And so your body is also responding to that in any negative talk that you have for your body and all others. Anything that you do or with intention of negativity or any others is going to also return to you in equally accelerated pace because of our energy on the planet is accelerating. So in this omnipresent of who you are and the acceleration of God within God, and God gives you the free will to honor who you are as spirit, to honor who you are and work with spirit as spirit. And in doing so, that purity of intention, that purity of joy, you're going to receive those joy experience and vibrations back. And your Merkaba will be ever heightened and encoded based on your desire to work with it. Remember, everything is a free will entanglement. So if you choose to work with it in the most beautiful and loving, sacred way, remember joy, as the story of God is the joy, then those are the vibrations that you're always going to return. And it's also, again, for the equal and opposite. And so that's why we see what we see unfolding, because it's just the way we're opening into the awakened state that we are spirit. And there are universal laws and they do absolutely work. And it's not a reality where things can be hidden anymore and things can be simply glazed over, because the health and the wellness of our planet is all obviously at the most important understanding for us, and we've never held ourselves accountable for how truly powerful we are as love and light. Many of these teachings of our consciousness and the ability that we have absolute control of our health and our wellness and the balance that we hold, the centeredness that we hold, and what reality we create, these were very sacred teachings that were kept in some of our most ancient sacred temples that were kept from us as a human collective. And those will be many of the stories and many of the sacred texts that will be released in years to come as the unfolding of many of the shifts of consciousness awaken, when many of the stories that were held back from us, through many of the controlling agents and programs to keep us very limited in who we thought we were and what we exist within. But as we awaken to the higher consciousness of beings that we are, we understand that we've always known these energies and wisdoms, and now they're just coming out in more of a public form for those to tap into. It's always free will, and there'll be many that choose not to, and that's okay too. But for those that want to take mastery into their own commandmentship, return the direction of choice back to themselves, return the choice of direction back to themselves and the sovereignty back to themselves, that is called the Christ consciousness, where we're not being told by any outside party or group or council, any type of direction about the potentiality of who we are as spirit, to explore, to express, and to experience ourselves as infinite love and infinite eternal health and wellness, which we absolutely are, and we absolutely can, through the joy of who we are, through the joy of love, the joy of our health and wellness, the joy to see and feel ourselves as something new and different every day. We have commandmentship over that. And many of these sacred texts and teachings will come out in the years to come. Once we're releasing all of these fear programs about victimization and all of the various things that are within the collective subjugatory field, and we're clearing those energies out through each and every person taking it upon themselves to clear their karma, to understand what subjugation and giving our power away is all about. Why do we do it? How often do we do it? And then returning the power back to self. I return all power back to me. I return all consciousness and energies back to me, all soul fragments and all integration energies that were outside of myself that I gave away, I now return back to me. Returning all of your choices, all breath, your strength of who you are as spirit. Activating the innate. The innate is the smart board. It's the motherboard between all of my multidimensional bodies, and it understands and how to connect through the higher self and the soul, how I can begin shifting the patterns of thought and the patterns of becoming and the patterns of being through the heart, being, to activate the harmonization of a higher vibrational intelligence. That meaning that's higher vibrational intelligence for healing and wellness. And we all have the potential to do it. And so that is through calling up the higher self and the soul to harmonize. And ego will have a rest. I reclaim all my power. I reclaim all of my light. And my Merkaba is turned on. My Merkaba is active with the sound of my voice. I'm activating it. I'm one with Mother and Father. I am the sacred being of light. I call forward my soul and my higher self, and I activate my oneness with my innate and my smart body. My cells are listening, my organs are listening, all that I am as a multidimensional being is listening. I'm harmonizing the multidimensional aspects of who I am through the innate body, the smart body. I command beautiful healing and wellness. See, everybody's happy to see each other. The innate is saying, hi, happy to meet you. And the innate and the smart body saying, thank you for connecting with me. Thank you, I've been waiting for you. There's so much that we have to share with you. Your body is ready for an upgrade, or you say, yes, my body is ready for an upgrade. I'm ready to live as a multidimensional being as light. I'm connecting my innate body, smart body of who I am as a multidimensional being, to start changing and altering, releasing all stories of limitation through genetic, through hereditary, or through DNA diseases that I can choose to wipe clean, and I do. I choose to wipe any illnesses, any diseases, anything that's keeping me in lack and limitation. And through breath I intend, through breath I intend, through breath I intend, because I love myself. I have so much joy to see myself as healthy, to feel myself as healthy. I want to experience myself as being youthful. I want to experience myself as being 5 years younger. My cells are trying to locate that code of 5 years younger, but we're locating the code not only in being younger, but in activating the highest vibrational collective light consciousness. For all my cells is a collective body. My cells are a collective body. My cells are a collective body. And just visualize them being bathed with the highest Christed light. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. My cells are being activated by the highest Christ consciousness as a collective cellular being. And I'm activating to the highest codes of who I am through my Merkaba, through my spirit, the higher self and the soul. Everything is being harmonized through breath, through intention of the purity of who I am and the smart body of who I am, to harmonize all that I am as a spirit. Thank you. So thank you, Spirit. And in this intention, I choose to feel younger through the joy of God. I choose to be younger through the joy of spirit and source. I choose to explore myself as spirit and healthy, and a beautiful, healthy environment for my body, so that I think healthier thoughts and high vibrational thoughts. And I think about my body in this way. And I thank everybody for this experience. I thank all the spirits and the guides that are helping me, and all the celestial teams in my higher self and soul that are never going to let me forget. And the innate body that is also part of always being upgraded and infused as you are through your intention. So again, it's always about the intention that you have for yourself. The intention through joy, to experience yourself as love, to experience yourself as joy, to experience yourself as healthy. It's always about that intention of being joyful about being you. Can you feel joyful about being you? Can you feel joyful about the body that you have? Can you feel joyful about being healthy in the body that you have? That the body that you are is so sacred, it's so sacred, so sacred. And as we understand this as individuals on our planet, we get to also project that, so that the children feel sacred within themselves, and we treat one another as sacred, because we are expanding the life form, expanding our lifespan, expanding the health and wellness of who we are, and really eradicating diseases that don't necessarily need to be on our planet, because they were conformed within fear and limitation. And the bodies and the cells just take on those programs of belief, and they're really not true. It's not who we are. So thank you, dear lighter ones. We love you so much. Anybody who would like to donate, our links are below, and connect with us on our weekly classes, our webinars, and we also have private coaching packages. Those would like to connect with us on really connecting with their vocation, their skills and their gifts and their talents, to activate them and to really project them in a new arena of play. And I'm sitting in this lobby right now, just sharing my light as people are coming in and out. So I'm really excited. Thank you, Spirit, for allowing me this beautiful opportunity. We love you so much. We love you so much. Lighter, lighted, connect with us. Our links are down below. Namaste. Be healthy and well.